Okay, so I've had a lot of people ask me, how do I get into herbs? How do I start? And really one of the easiest ways is actually just to use herbs how you're already using them, which is in cooking. Tonight I'm going to show you how to harvest culinaries from your backyard or maybe in your front yard, wherever you have them growing around your house, and then how to dry them and what to do after them. And I'm going to try and get it done before I get totally eaten alive out here by the mosquitoes. So, down here you can see, or hopefully you can see, we have some, this is thyme growing here. And then I also just have some oregano over there. And my sage, I'm letting get really nice and big. So the first step, obviously, with harvesting is get your scissors or shears, knife, anything like that, because as Susan Weed says, you'd rather have your arm cut off than ripped off. So we're going to cut it with some scissors. And you come down over here. Let's see if I can get this set up. Now with culinaries, one of the great things is that you can really harvest them pretty heavily, and they'll come back. They will. It won't, it won't just totally destroy the plant. So we're going to come in here. It's kind of weird for me to do this one-handed, but trim off some of these. Then I'm going to pull them just like this, so you guys can see that. And then I have this really awesome drying rack. It's a basket that I picked up from a thrift store. Surprise, surprise. A couple of years ago, and you just want to lay your culinaries out, or whatever herb you're drying, just lay them out so that they get good ventilation, so they don't get moldy. And if you don't have, a basket like this, it's really easy. You can just bundle them up. You'll make, you'd make a little bundle like this. And then you can tie them with string. I use dental floss a lot because that's always around. I always have that around in the house. And you just want to hang it somewhere where it gets really good ventilation, again, so it doesn't get moldy. So you let that totally dry. And as my students ask, how do I know that it's totally dry? And I usually say, you'll know it's done when it's done, which they get super annoyed with. But I have a little piece here that I'm going to show you. So this is dried. We know it's dried because when I crumple it up, it really turns just into dust, kind of in my hand. That's when you know that it's dried. And the reason why you want to make sure that it gets totally dried before you put it away is because, again, you don't want mold happening. So we have, this is the stuff we just harvested, and then this is the thyme that I have that I had harvested several weeks ago, and like the lazy herbalist I am, hadn't gotten around to putting it away yet. But okay, let me set this up, see if I can set this up so I can show you. So you get your container that you're going to put it in, and then what you're going to do is, it's called grappling. Take your piece, you pull it from the opposite ends, and then you just run your fingers down, and you get that whole bunch right there. Put it in your container, and you just keep repeating this until you have all of your plant material off. Do a couple more. Grappling's a lot of fun. I feel like you just feel like, oh, I've done so many, like, look at that, I've totally cleaned that off in no time. I feel like a super woman or something. So again, you just take it, pull it from the opposite ends, pull all that down, you get that little bunch in your hands and put that in there. And then you repeat all of that till it's done, put the lid on it like this, and then it's never finished until we have labeled it. So we label on the side what this is. This is oregano, but this one will say thyme when I have it done. And that is the easiest way to start with herbs. One, culinaries are super easy to grow. Two, they're really easy to dry. They're really easy to use. You use them in cooking, just in recipes, and I think, you know, it's a lot cheaper and it's a lot more fun to do your culinaries this way than to go and buy them from the store. So that is my tip for the easiest way to get involved with herbalism on a really base level. Thanks. Have a good night.